child, I know. You're hurt and you can't let go. It's not your fault and you don't deserve all the bad and the hurt. I know you tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair. You did your time. How much longer will you suffer in this life? But don't give up. Just hold on tight. It'll be alright. All your life you've tried to be a good man inside. Did everything that you thought you should. Didn't seem to do you any good. I know you've tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair. You did your time. How much longer will you suffer in this life? But don't give up. Just hold on tight. It'll be alright. I know you tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair. You did your time. How much longer will you suffer in this life? But don't give up. Just hold on tight. It'll be alright.
You had me at a low, 'cause where you go is where I go. I don't need nobody else. I got you, and you got me too.
You came right out of the blue. I wanna do what you want to. We can leave and run away someday, someday. I've been saving you, and you save me too. Yeah, I need it, don't you need me too? 'Cause I need you. Yeah, so call me anytime that you need a favor. Call me anytime I can come and sit in you. Oh, oh. Call me anytime that you need a friend. And call me anytime when you're at a tight end. You, I got you,
And you got me too.
we can always make it through. What we do is what we do.
I can take you anywhere, somewhere. We won't be scared.
You will see me flying high. I'm staring into your blue eyes. We don't need nobody got me too. I've been saving you. You save me too. Yeah, I need it. Don't you need me too? 'Cause I need you. Yeah, so call me anytime that you need a favor. Call me anytime I can come and save you. Oh, oh. Call me anytime that you need a friend. And call me anytime when you're out of time. And you, I got you.
You got me, got me. You got me, got me. You got me too. Got me, got me.
I've been saving you. You save me too. Yeah, I need it. Don't you need it too? 'Cause I got you.
And you got me too.
Close your eyes, get some rest. I'm by your side. Lay your head on my chest. I know you've had a really bad day, but I'm right here, it's gonna be okay. The world could fall down, it's gonna be okay. The sun could go out, we're gonna be okay. If all the blue skies fade to gray, we're gonna be okay. Calm your soul, hold my hand, don't let go. I understand. I know it hurts, it wasn't fair. It's over now, so don't despair. The world could fall down, it's gonna be okay. The sun could go out, we're gonna be okay. If all the blue skies fade to gray, we're gonna be okay. The world could fall down, it's gonna be okay. The sun could go out, we're gonna be okay. If all the blue
pinkies. I hope you enjoyed that little bit of a journal with me. I had a little bit of a mishap. Obviously you knew that I took the day off from filming to hang out with my hubby on a date day, and then so I got a surprise visit today from my sister-in-law with her 2 little kids. Now my sister-in-law, I don't get to see her very often. They live about an hour's drive from me, and obviously Grace is very little. She was only born in February, and Josiah is 2. But he's got a few sort of learning difficulties, very similar to my sister actually with Violet. And so when she said she was thinking about coming to visit me, I jumped on the chance, because Josiah is having a lot of trouble connecting with me and John, the same way that I had issues with Violet. I want to have as much bonding time with him as possible, so it feels like my my day of filming, having all day to do it, I only had a little amount of time because she stayed here with me, and it was so lovely to try and connect with him on a different level and not having the entire family around. So generally when we get together or when I see them, it's normally for a family outing of some sort, or a family birthday, and so there's all of the Diaz's together, and we're quite a large bunch when we get together, and so it's super overwhelming. And because he's not a huge fan of me and John, because he doesn't see us, he doesn't have that bond with us, we don't push ourselves on him because he gets very stressed and very anxious, and so I kind of keep a distance, and I always make sure I'm wearing bright colors. The same sort of steps that I did with Violet I'm doing with him, but he's being very standoffish. And so when she offered to come hang out with me for the day, I jumped on the chance, even though I was like, today is my filming day. It didn't work out well, so it's a little bit late here. That's why I've got lamps and things on, and you can see a bit of the light shadow. And the last bit of filming my journal page was in badly lit lighting conditions, but I found a way to his heart, and that's through art. I made him, I got out a few of my bits and pieces, and I got a notebook out for him, I got my pencils out for him, and we sat there and I showed him how to glue things, and I cut up colored paper. And so I think that kind of opened my sister-in-law's eyes as to how I can connect with him. And it also means a couple more trips to Tia's place one-on-one, so that I can sort of bond with them that way. So I really hope that happens. I had a blast with him today, and he had a blast. They live in a little apartment, so for a 2-year-old it's not great, but Sydney is Sydney, and they're currently trying to buy a house, so that's always crazy. So they don't have a backyard, and I only have a little backyard, but it's enclosed, and so he got to run and play and just exhaust himself, but happily doing so. And so I think my sister-in-law really needed that time, so I was happy to give that. So I really wanted to sort of make an effort to journal, because it's really hard to get photos of Josiah because he doesn't want to come near me. He's always moving. He's got a little bit of attention disorder, like he won't look you in the eye and things like that. So currently seeing if he's got a bit of autism. So I needed to make sure that I got onto his level and try and really make an effort to bring him into my world, or find a way into his world, the same way I did with Violet. So I'm getting a cold, so my voice is going. So I have a little bit of tea, but I thought I would show you quickly, because I feel like my journal page wasn't revolutionary under the circumstances of how quick everything is. I've just got to finish off the journaling on this side, and little Grace is down there. She was happily laying on the rainbow blanket while I played with Mister. I have a mixture of 2 stationery boxes. So I have a mixture of my stationery selection, which came the other day, and if you remember, I subscribed to 3 months of the Your Creative Studio, the vintage themed one, and that arrived yesterday. So I might just get out all the bits and pieces for the 2 boxes so you can see. For a little bit of eye candy. I did start filming this before, but I was just so it was just after my sister-in-law had left, so I was a bit sort of frazzled, and I was stumbling over my words and trying to get it all done, and stressing out that I wasn't going to get it done. So I think it's best if I just refilm it without the craziness, even though the lighting's terrible. So stationery selection box, You saw me work with these in today's video, and they are from Midori, and they're letter papers. So there's two designs. There is this one, and then there is the one I used on my page, and they are so super cute. Now I think I saw someone's Instagram, there were different colors. There is a pink one, which I was like, man, I wanted the pink one, but I think the blue will play really well off all the pink that I actually use in my journal. So I will be sharing those with Sam and Sian. And then there was this really cute, I don't know where the actual information sheet is. Is that the information sheet? Let me just double check if this is the right one. So this one is a Uline mailing pouch. So it's like a cotton canvas pouch. I'm not sure if this is, oh yeah, it's paper, so it just ripped. Good job. Good job. And it says the convenient size cotton canvas pouch can be used for storing these stationery goods or in any other way you see fit, which I thought was nice. You can definitely add some little ephemera bits and things into it. Pretty cute, unusual. And then there is this beautiful paper pad that is 365 notebook, 365 pages for letter writing. These beautiful delicate papers allows you to practice your letter writing skills using pens in this month's box. There were pens that came, obviously, and they have the sheet there, and it is this beautiful sort of thin paper that looks like this. It's got that really lovely sound to it, shiny on one side, matte on the other, and it has that beautiful ombre effect, which I just thought was so lovely. I'm gonna pause for 2 seconds and have some tea and get my voice back. Hopefully I can keep that sort of tickle in my throat away while I do this. And so it's really nice thin paper. I was tearing it up to see if I could use it in my journal spread today, but I didn't happen to use it. But it is a really lovely paper, so I'll add that to my collection. We got 3 pens in this month's box. One is actually, and a roll of washi tape, which is here. I've moved it out of the way. So there is a uni emote pen, and it was apparently recently introduced in the stationery community. It has durable tip, there's consistent and a consistent line. The ink is fade proof and water resistant when dry. And this, I got a really lovely dark brown. And the tip on this, let me get a fancy piece of paper. The tip on this is really quite lovely. If I can get my camera to focus. I've been having trouble with my camera focusing on things. So there's the tip there. I don't know, I'm gonna have to fix up my settings. And it's like that really nice hard tip, and so when it's dry it's fade proof and water resistant, but obviously if you attack it with water straight away it is going to obviously bleed. So I really like that. I like those types of tips. And then they had a really beautiful brush pen, and this is by the brand Sailor. Neo calligraphy pen. And it just said a great pen for you to use for calligraphy. And this is like a really beautiful sort of dark blue, and it has the 2 tips. So it has a brush tip like so, and then it has one of those really nice fine line tips, very similar to the same tip as this, and I really like that. I like the fact that it's one of these sorts of tips and not just a really hard bullet tip the way that the Copic markers are. I never use the bullet tip of a Copic marker. I wish they would do a tip like that, so it's like a fine liner, not like a fine tip marker. So those were the 2 pens that came. And we also got a Sailor, oh no, this was the Neo calligraphy pen. This is a Shikiori marker. and they were inspired by the fountain pen inks in a very beautiful color variation. So there's that, and this is the Neo calligraphy pen. So it's just a sailor fountain pen, I think, with a calligraphy nib. I haven't opened that up because I haven't really needed to just yet, so I got the blue one. It's a 1.5 calligraphy nib. And then we also got some calligraphy not calligraphy, oh my goodness, the stationery tape with all the beautiful illustrations, and this is by the brand BM or BGM, which is there's also something else missing. There's something else missing. Little sticker flakes with little Japanese shops, so I'll have to see if I can find that. But BGM, some of the tapes that I bought in Japan were from that brand, but I'm not seeing the little shop stickers here, so I probably stashed them somewhere while I was tidying my desk up, but I cannot see it right now. But we got little sticker flakes that had little, is that from here? Yes, little sticker flakes that have little shop illustrations. So if I click there, you can see them right there, which I'm going to use in my little Japan journal. And when I create my Japan journal for this trip, it's going to be perfect. Now that's all for the stationery selection box for this month. Now the ones, I'm going to quickly go through these because I don't think my voice is going to hold out. So I've got all my bits and pieces here that came in the box. Pretty sure I've got everything. As you can see, I've unboxed things because I had pre-recorded some of this before. Some of my favorite standout things from this were the little matte vintage sort of stickers that are like tiles, not stickers, they were labels, vintage labels, sorry. And there's the box there, and they have a really beautiful matte look to them. There's all different types. I really like this. This is probably my favorite thing out of the box, and I love that they're matte and they're on like a craft paper with these really beautiful rich colors. Like there's the red, a burgundy, a blue, a brown, and like a green, and there's all different types of designs, all different types of shapes. I absolutely loved these. These are definitely like the little bunny on there. Loved the vintage labels so much. I hope I can find replacements when I run out of those, because I can see those being a hit in my work. I got 2 rubber stamps, so some mushrooms and a little return address. I used the mushroom stamp in my journal spread after I stopped filming. Very badly stamped there, but that's kind of the look of it there. Now I also got these little notebooks that says record your life, and this is for like when you visit restaurants and things, which I thought was so cute. And I'm definitely going to use this for the date that John and I had yesterday, because we had some pretty cool food. So this is like breakfast, lunch, tea time and dinner, and the name of the place and what you ordered on the menu, which I thought was such a cute idea. And I'm also thinking of taking a couple of these sheets with me to Japan to document any unusual food that we have while we're there. I just thought that was really cute. At first I was like, nah, but once I unboxed it, I thought they were really sweet. So there's that. And then these ones say just record your life, and they are like ticket stubs. They're all the same print. Very hard to see though. I wish they'd done it in a darker color. But I think they will look really good for like stamping the dates and stuff for my bullet journal, or like titles, or just to like chop them. I wouldn't do it as a whole sheet. I'd chop them down and use them as a way to sort of add tiny bits of journaling. Oh, someone's car alarm's gone off. So there's those. This is the little freebie that you got. So you got a couple of stickers there from the actual brand itself. You got some, what I would consider bookmarks. They don't actually tell you what each thing is. It's not like Mitz's box where you get a breakdown of everything. You kind of just have to guess. So these are like cards, so I call them bookmarks. So little vintage bookmarks. I love the books. I can't wait to find a use for these, or just use them as bookmarks as they're intended, or I don't know if they're bookmarks or not, but they are very sturdy. I thought about putting monster heads on them, to be honest, and using them as tip-ins. So there's those 3 there. We got a set of stamps. Let me get a piece of paper so you can kind of see. They are the stamps there. So you can see all the different, so it's like calligraphy, the little postman, lettering, a little typewriter. I don't know who Peter Black the writer is. I'm not quite sure. Handcrafted quality goods, and then a little envelope that just says, I'm assuming it's meant to say home, but not quite sure. It doesn't though, it's spelt wrong. So there is those little vintage style stamps. We also got some sticker flakes, which were mushrooms. They look like mushrooms and little flowers. I got something similar last month, but I love these types of things. So I'll give you a little look at all some of the little designs. Love the mushrooms. The mushrooms are super cute. And the roses and things, and they will be like sort of transparent stickers. I wonder if I could just pop one onto my journal page just to show you. See, the problem with these is it takes me like 100 years to get them apart, and then I spend all this time trying to separate them. And I don't have my little prong thing with me, so I'm not even going to bother. Not even going to bother because I don't have the time nor the patience. So there's lots of different, oh, that one's really cute too. So these will be really handy in my junk journal or just in my general journaling, because I love the florals. I love this pink one. So they were really cute. When there's the stamps, we've seen those. This little envelope has transparent little bits and pieces, just a couple of, I think that's all of them. I also love the little brown envelope. That will be definitely something I'm going to keep. And then there's just little transparent mushrooms on vellum pieces. I love the vellum pieces last time too. I've used quite a few of them from the last box, so I was happy to get a couple of different ones. Love the giant mushroom. I want to do something with a little creature inspired by that, so it's just a few pieces of those. Then we got this quirky little tiny book. So it's like a matchbook notebook. I'm not even sure what I would possibly use this for. I don't know what people use these for. I know that Peg and All make little leather bound ones with watercolor paper. I can't put ink swatches in there because the paper is craft, so it would just not show the color properly. So what do you think I should put in this tiny little book? Maybe I should put it with my little Peter Rabbit or one of my dolls and stuff, and that can be their little journal. But yeah, this was cute addition, but not something I can see myself using. But I don't hate it either. But if you've got an idea of what I can do in here, let me know down below. We got some scrapbook paper. We got some scrapbook paper last time too. I'm not a fan of most of these designs. They were not my favorite. I was not blown away by any of them. I'm actually thinking of passing these on to my mom. I think she would really enjoy them. I didn't really care for any of the designs. I don't know, they just didn't do anything for me whatsoever. They were really not my colors. I mean, maybe this one, which is like polka dots really close up. I don't know, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan at all. And then we got two tapes. Let's see if I can get these open without too much hassle. What I might do is pause, open them up, and then talk. Okay, last two things are washi tapes. This is like film ticket stubs. It's the colors a lot sort of more darker than it's showing up on camera. It's because of my nighttime lighting isn't doing me any favors. Like this one, I'm not This has got like old school machinery and stuff on it. The images aren't super clear, and I assume that's kind of the point. This does absolutely nothing for me. Not a big fan of machinery and anything like that. I just not even slightly interested in this one, so I can't see myself using this roll of tape at all. Just not like this one, not a fan of this one. So overall, there are only like I would say this and this, not massive fan of. This one, if someone gives me an awesome idea for it, I can definitely see it. But the rest of it I love, and it was beautiful. But these are the not overly impressed, but a lot of the other elements totally save it, like the vintage labels and these sticker flakes and stuff. I love the stamps. And yeah, so that is the two boxes that I received in the last couple of days. I'm pretty sure that's all I have to talk about. I'm going to be trying to put together a little quick creative quickie video for you on, of course I can't find it now that I'm sitting here. No, I can, because I had on the colors. It's one of those days, guys. It's one of those days. On mixing some colors in my Pocket Rocket palette. So it's kind of this little palette here. I've started doing some of my favorite mixes, and I thought I would chat to you about that in maybe Saturday's video. We'll see how we go. I'm trying to work out the best way to present it. Or whether I just sit and chat and show you the mixes. If you'd like a more edited down version of the mixing video where I show you the colors, what I use to mix them, what colors get mixed, and then maybe even like work a little illustration in my journal, or if you'd like me to chat through me mixing them and all that sort of stuff, let me know down below so I know the best way to deliver that video for you, because that was a video request, was showing you some of my favorite mixes, and I thought showing you some of the colors I can make with this little palette would probably be the best, since I work out of this palette primarily most of the time. There are some fun mixes in there that I do really enjoy sort of using in my journals and have sort of, you know, playing around with since I've had this palette happening for quite a while now. I can't find my supply documentation, but coming up for almost a year I've exclusively worked in this palette, maybe even longer, can't quite remember. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking because my voice is killing me, and I'm pretty sure my husband just walked in. So I hope you have a wonderful day, guys. Thank you so much for being so patient with my little delayed video, and I will see you again soon. Bye.